I think that's the key part of, that's the key message for the citizens of Nashville is the metropolitan government, Corps of Engineers, National Weather Service, the U.S. Geological Survey. Back in August, once we got over the initial reaction to the flood in May 2010, we began working together to improve our ability to observe what's happening during the flood, predict what's happening during the flood, and to forecast the effects. Since that time, we've worked very closely together to improve all of those aspects. We've got a really good program locally. I'll speak a little bit later about the stream gauges that we've installed, but I think the comfort that I have as the Director of Metro Water is that we have great communication now between all of those agencies. Great cooperation and great communication.
Is it a noticeable difference from this time last year?
I would think so.
Bob, tell us a little bit about what the Corps has done over the last couple of weeks. We were expecting a significant weather event to happen. But at least locally, here in Davidson County, we walk around the rivers, don't look at that.
Right, the river in town's quite seasonal at this point. And I think what you're seeing is the effects that the tributary storage projects have when the rainfall that falls above those dams. So rain fell above where we can store it. So we've captured that flow, and now we're going to be ready to release it in a controlled fashion. And as a result, you don't end up with a real high river level through Nashville, through Action City, and on downstream. Yeah, well, we do it every day. So, we'll get used to it. We're working daily with our partners at the Weather Service, the Tennessee Valley Authority. Now, when we get into a major event like we're a part of now, the major event I'm referring to is what's going on the Ohio and the Mississippi River. So then the coordination is led by our division office, the Corps Division Office in Cincinnati. So they're bringing us in as part of the flood pipe, and then they're working with us, with Tennessee Valley Authority, and with other Corps managers, water managers up and down the Mississippi and up and down the Ohio River. So the Corps offices all the way upstream to Pittsburgh are part of this.
And I'd like to add to that the Corps they've educated me a great deal in the wide scope of responsibility that they have. It's not just Davidson County. From my perspective, it's about Davidson County, but we're part of the whole puzzle. And I think that's important for me to understand, and it's easy for me to get centric, and that's my job. But the Corps has done a good job of educating me about how we fit into the entire operational challenge that they face every day.
Earlier you explained in about why you may see downtown river and being low if you can kind of explain if someone was looking at downtown, what they're seeing what they're seeing
Okay, well, we're seeing with the Cumberland River in Nashville now is the river is quite low. Now, it's not so low we can't maintain commercial navigation, but it's lower than you would expect based on how much rainfall we've had. And the reason for that is we have captured that water upstream of our storage projects, and we're holding it back. Specifically, we're holding that water back so that it doesn't go into Lake Barkley and use up valuable flood control storage there that we're reserving for the flood fight on the Ohio and Mississippi.
If I could just add, as opposed to last year, the water did not fall upstream. It fell in the central part of the basin to where we couldn't capture it in our big storage. And that's the primary difference from this year and last year. It's where the water's falling.
It's safe to say at this point, and for folks here who live in the Cumberland Basin, that the threat of flooding is likely over now. That's kind of pushing off the east.
I don't think we are ever going to live in that environment again. I think the flood in 2010 heightened everyone's awareness, and it put us all in a position where we're watching not only the Cumberland River, but all the tributaries really closely. So whenever it rains, whenever there's a forecast for rain, I think everyone in the OEM environment, the Metro Water Services Stormwater Division environment, and I would presume the Corps environment, a lot more awareness about what's happening on the river and in the tributaries.
I will add just a little bit to that. May is one of our wettest months statistically, and this is early May. So we're always going to be trying to prepare the reservoir system so that it can best react to heavy rainfall. And so what people are going to see now, if it were to stay dry for an extended period of time, the river's actually going to come up here in Nashville because we've stored that water upstream, and now we need to clear it out to make room for any future runoff events that may occur.
How soon do you feel that process will be?
Right now, we anticipate that would start late this week or over the weekend. It's going to depend on the progress that's made down on the Ohio and the Mississippi, because as those rivers start to recede, then that will sort of work its way upstream to us, and we'll be able to clear water out of storage.
And from a water quality perspective, it's going to be a good summer. We'll have a lot of water flowing through the river. The temperatures will stay down a little bit. The dissolved oxygen levels will stay up a little bit. So it'll be a good thing from a water quality perspective.
It will take several weeks to pull the water out of these upstream projects. So the river will be up for a while.
Well, in August last year, once the initial recovery phase was concluded, we got together as a government and we brought in all of the partner agencies I mentioned earlier, and we began to identify what we need to do differently. And the key element from my perspective for Chief Halford in his role as OEM chief was to provide him real-time information. So the best way to do that is to get him accurate information from the field without having to send someone out there to take a measurement. So we had 14 gauges that we operated in conjunction with USGS. A lot of them got wiped out during the flood because of the velocity of the water. But we identified 14 additional locations. And now we've got really blanket coverage of the county. And with each time it rains, we learn a whole lot more about how the stream behaves, how it reacts to a 1-inch rain event, a 2-inch rain event, a 3-inch rain event. So we're building a really good knowledge base. We've got specific engineers that are learning a specific tributary to an expert level. And we also have a secondary person assigned to that stream. So between the information that's available and the expertise that we're all obtaining, we're able to give Chief Halford and the situation management team and OEM really good data from which they can make good decisions. So from my perspective, I wanted to make sure that we were providing really good information at the level necessary to make operational decisions in the event of a storm like we faced last year.
If I could add from the Corps' perspective, as a result of the flooding, we did receive some $2.4 million in supplemental funding that's allowing us to develop some models and some tools working in conjunction with Metro Nashville that provides some abilities that we would not have had otherwise. So unfortunately, it took the flood to allow us to get the money to do that work, but now we're using it. It's a good partnership with Metro to tie in with what they're trying to do, efforts they're trying to accomplish.
There's benefits for us operationally as well, because Metro makes this information available to us, just like we make our information available to them. I know we had an instance just within the last 2 or 3 days. We looked at our Nashville gauge, and it just didn't quite look right. It was dropping so rapidly. We thought there might be a problem with the gauge. Well, we just looked at an adjacent gauge that Metro operates. It was doing the same thing. So there, we knew right away we had good data.
30 seconds, 45 seconds. What should the public take away from this questions that we're having right now? What is the message that you feel
I'll speak from Davidson County's perspective. I feel very comfortable and confident in our ability to communicate, in the information that we're receiving, in my ability to contact the Corps of Engineers directly at any time of night and find out what's going on, what's happening operationally, what are their intentions, and that puts me in a position where I can advise Chief Halford and the situation management team, the deputy mayor, and the mayor of Nashville about what I observe and what my recommendations are. So from a citizen's perspective, I would think they would feel much more comfortable in our ability to react to a significant rain event.
I would say from my perspective, which is again is an operational perspective, what this has done to me is strengthened what was already a good partnership. It just made it better. And it's given us more information. More information means we can produce a better product.
I would just tag team Bob, agree with both what they said, but it's given us, now we have a better understanding of what Metro Nashville needs as far as information. They have a better understanding of the limitations of our projects and our ability to inform them. So our communication lines are much greatly improved since last May.
This is the first real event, significant event we've had since the flood last year. Do you feel like it was handled as well as it could be, or are you all happy with the way this is played out?
Well, I beg to differ a little bit. It's been raining hard since February, and we've been drilling this new system since February. And I think we're getting better with each iteration. And it's like Bob said, April probably set some records for rainfall event. So I feel much better.
Yeah, we had a kind of a test run last August. There was another fairly significant event last August, and that just was part of the fine tuning that's gotten us to where we are today.
So, last question for me. At what point does technology outweigh gut? Because after what happened, no matter what we tell them in media, and probably no matter what we say, if somebody's living near a river or a creek somewhere and it's rising, at what point does technology outweigh the gut feeling?
I'd like to start off with that one, because sitting next to me is an engineer that's got over 32 years of experience with the Corps of Engineers doing water management. I would take his gut any day, but it's nice to have some of the improved technology tools that we have to complement his gut instinct and his acquired knowledge. So it's a combination of the two.
And we made tremendous strides in our technological approach too. This was something that was underway before the flood, but we now have a state-of-the-art model that we can look at rainfall patterns and do a much better job of modeling the runoff that's going to produce, look at it in a much finer fashion, and improve our ability to operate the reservoir system to react to that.
And the best from an OEM perspective and the city's perspective, we've got, I think, 4 layers of review at OEM. You've got the engineer who's looking at Mill Creek. Then you've got a group of people that has Metro Planning, Metro Water, Metro Stormwater, members of OEM who are reviewing it as well. And then you've got someone like Tom Palco, who has over 25 years of experience in this watershed. And then I kind of stay at the very back and watch everything and try to get a feel for how things are just happening. And I'm developing a good sense for how things behave. So you can't purchase experience like you can purchase technology. So when Bob Sneed tells me something, I believe him. And that's just period.